stuff. You're not going to touch him.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We're still right here at Selborne College, East London, where we're going to witness a great encounter between Selborne College and Hudson Park High School. While the weather is getting relatively cool, the wind is blowing from 26 kilometers from a southwesterly direction, and the precipitation only at 2%. And right now, this one game between these two great schools, it's actually the main event. The crowd is packed, everyone is out here to witness. The Selbornians are just singing in their passion. It's going to be a great encounter. But then again, I'm not alone. I'm with the great man himself, Hudson. So,
hello, my man. What a great day it's been. We've been here the whole morning. We've been watching some entertaining rugby. We're now down to the final game of the day. And let me tell you, this is absolutely fantastic. I wish you can actually have a look at the crowd that's getting in here to watch some schoolboy rugby. You don't get so big crowds sometimes watching some provincial games. And let me tell you, it shows you that schoolboy rugby is alive and well. Definitely. And it comes down to two great sides. You've got the Selborne College boys there. There's their cheerleader. He's getting ready to go. This is what it's all about. The camaraderie and the competition between the two schools is good. And it's going to be an entertaining game, I can tell you that now.
Yeah, definitely. And also in the past, Hudson has only won 3 times against Selborne in the early 80s and in 2004, where the current coach now, James Stanley, was the forwards coach, and also in 2017. And also, Lau Hansen. But now, just quickly with the Selborne team, it's a relatively new side. And also, there's new team without Pion Mlomo, but we have Lika Kula, Jordan McLachlan, and as well as Josh Olivier. It's a great side. And Warwick Day, second year promising for the future at number 10. Yep. We have Luto Somlata, and at 12 Ibrela Makadla, and at 14 Lukanyisom Krebisa. It's a relatively new side, and it's great players right here. And also the captain, Josh van Vrienden, great player. Also in the reserves, Theonis Janse van Rensburg, also played to watch out for. Bryce Schroeder also coming in there, Jaden Matthijs. This is a great side, Also a scrum of Risa Richter.
Yeah, just to give a shout out there to my man next to me. I was part of that coaching staff in 2004 with Jimbo when we beat Selborne for the second time in history. Players to watch, Hudson Park. Let's have a look at their number 8 and captain Mornay Fouché. He was obviously he's a great from Grant Coma Week boy. Their big number 12, Josh Jonas. He's one to watch. He's in the under 18 setup with the South African team, which the training squad. He's been down there already. He's definitely one to watch. And they've got great outside backs. Some of the players that played last year is back again. Their front row is going to be very good. Bubelo Madiba, he played for Craven Week last year. Samba Galada, he was academy player. All these players, they've got so many depths from last year. One to watch also is Oscar on the bench. Oscar Mayataza, he's a Craven Week player, folks, yes. But he just picked up a slight niggly injury leading into this game or into the season. So he's starting from the bench. So they've definitely got depth, Hudson Park. They looked at a lot of players from last year that were playing first team. They've retained those players,
yes.
And they are looking good for growth this year. And they really want to back the side to produce some good rugby this year.
Definitely, and also you can tell the coaching side at Hudson Park is also doing a splendid job as well, because most of these players from Hudson Park have represented Craven Week as well.
Yep.
And also.
Yeah, you can see from James and Stanley, who's been the Craven Week coach last year and this year. Obviously, he hails from Dale College. He played for Northamptonshire Saints, and obviously for the Border Bulldogs, and he's the current Craven Week coach. So he's obviously putting in a lot of time and effort with the likes of Ludwig Boy as their sort of their forwards coach, and then the attacking coach coming back to Adam Robinson. So they're definitely looking to step up their game as a school, and as a co-ed school, that can definitely lead from the front of all the co-ed schools within our region. So it's definitely going to be a game to watch.
Definitely.
Great players on Selborne side too. Josh van Vreden, who's also part of the under 18 SA squad selection, and he's been in the training. He's definitely going to be a handful out on the field. He was a handful last year when he was in grade 11. He's going to be a handful now today, I can guarantee you, now as their captain.
Yeah, definitely. Now we're also here at the Selborne. A couple of Springboks have played for, come from Selborne. Brent Russell, Mark Andrews, Andre Force, and also Chris Clutie. Played for the SAA against the France, but now has his trade in Munster and Ireland.
Yeah, currently you can say the last couple of years has been in the Hudson Park camp for their Springbok camps. They've had guys like Dale Hartman, who I played with in 95, 96, should say 94, 95. He represented South Africa at sevens, and then the two twins who were very, very well known, Odwa and Akona Nundangani. They both played recently, just retired from the box, and then currently they got Luto Tukweni, who's in the SA under 20 setup, and he's playing currently for the SA Kings. So definitely in the last couple of years, they produced some good ball carriers, some good running rugby players, and they don't want to go away with their hands put down. They want to make sure that they can be a school that can produce some good rugby players, and definitely with this group, they've spent a lot of time and effort in from the young ages to build them up. So definitely going to be a great game to watch.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, in this commentary booth, I'm getting goosebumps because this game is going to be electrifying. The crowd here is electrifying. The supporters are out there in numbers, and the Selbornians just made their way into the park up against the Hudson Park. It's going to be a humdinger.
Yeah. Just looking at the size of that Hudson Park pack when they walked past it here was quite number 3, Mabeche. He's one to watch. And Hudson Park really up and ready for this game, and Selborne, they just let's see what they're going to have to do.
Yeah, and Mabeta also had a stint with the Academy Week last year. Also another player to watch as well, star player. I spoke to Jimbo just before the game. He says watch out for everyone in my team.
Every coach's dream, eh?
And it looks like Selborne will be kicking off. Hudson Park with the receiving. We're playing from on your screen. Hudson Park we're playing from left to right, and it looks like they've got the wind in their favour.
The wind's sort of at the back of Selborne. Sorry, Setu. We sort of shielded here, so the wind will be is blowing sort of at the back of Selborne, going across to the left-hand corner. As Selborne now will take the kick-off with the Warwick Day.
Another player to watch with the scrum cap reminds me of Stephen Larkham.
Yeah. So wiry player.
Well, Warwick Day, will this be your day? I guess we'll see after 70 minutes.
And they're waiting for Bulalani Naku, the ref. He just wants to change into a kit that's not going to be able to be clashing with anybody, and he's ready to go.
And we're ready to go, and the people out there are ready to go, and the Selbornians are ready to go. Oh, it's great anticipation, and we off. Warwick Day restarts the game, and unfortunately just makes a slight blunder there. Unlike the young lad, kicked it out on the full, which will be a scrum on the halfway line for Hudson Park.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity now for Hudson Park to get on the front foot. Obviously kicking the ball off a little bit nervous and maybe just overcompensating for that wind that we spoke about, just pushing across the field. And here we go, first touch of the ball to Hudson Park, advantage Hudson Park, 28 minutes. Let's see which side settles down first.
And you can see Sombe Galata hyping up his forward pack, because now this will be a huge statement that will be made in this game. But then now it will be scrum down Hudson Park in the middle of the park. It offers great opportunity. As you can see, they are on my right. That's where everyone is. That's probably the way they're going to attack. Scrum down. First scrum. Ref doesn't like it. Ref doesn't like it. Oh, the Selbornians, great pride, great tradition, great school with a lot of history.
100%.
Gonna have a restart. These boys look conditioned.
They really look ready to go, and we're going to see it now as the first minute. Ball to Hudson Park. We've got Marcel Flemmer sticking it in for Hudson Park.
Next out to see what's going to happen here. Defeating the scrum, wheeling, but they managed to secure it. Ref never saw that.
Yep.
Hudson Park just in between the halfway and the 10-meter line. Makes the pass back.
Yet again.
Makes it, unfortunately, that's another error, an early error from Ubayanda Figlin. Made that kick out on the full, but unfortunately now they've lost that opportunity to attack and get in Selborne's half. But then now it will be a line out just before the Hudson at 10.
Just trying to feed each other, I think, trying to get a bit of territory there and just overcompensating it again. Like we said, the wind is a bit, it's sort of swirling to the left-hand side, and they need to ensure that they're kicking a little bit more infield and let the ball then be pushed out to the outline. There
we go. And the lad that you just saw on your screen is now the wing number 4, Josh Odifeer, is also another player to watch out for. Great lad. And now Jordan McLaughlin, star player. Misses the line out, but Hudson Park has possession. Lungisa Bonga. There we go. Oof. We've been seeing a lot of handling errors.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because of the rust. Because of the rust.
First game jitters.
Yeah.
And hopefully, like I said, we're going to see which side settles down first. Guys, get us on, subscribe to youtube.com, School Sports Live. Follow us at School Sports Live, and as well as on Facebook and Twitter. Give us a tweet, give us a shout out, and hopefully we can give you one back.
There we go. Also, we have people watching from all over the world. Yolongo Sani watching all the way from London, and let's go Selborne. Thank you for joining us. And Umaboha Mekhabarani, if I pronounce it correctly. Me and Mahube watching live from Dubai. Oh, please bring us some gold when you come back to visit. Scrum down just before the halfway line. Selborne ball. Big scrum by Hudson. Surely turnover. Feeling gets the ball. Bayanda. Took 3 men to take him down. Bonga, valuable meters. Flame with the pass. You can see now Hudson trying to keep the ball in hand, but unfortunately they've conceded a penalty. Well, the ref judged it as not releasing from the ruck. Should be kicked to the touch.
Yeah, they look to just good defensive work there by the Selbornians. Hudson Park looking quite settled in that composure of the ball, and unfortunately the ref deeming that he did not release the ball in the tackle, and Day is now going to take Selborne down into the half. It looks like they're on to the 22 of the Hudson Park line.
There we go, and Warwick Day with a great touch founder, just on their 22, and this will be a vintage Selborne move where they'll try and attempt to for more. We're just under 5 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, still 0-0 for both sides. The line out now, just on the 22 meter, Selborne ball on the attack. Great strength shown there. Catch and pass. Josh van Vrienden, the man to watch. Strong carry, right inside the 22. We're just really close on the 5 meter line. Hudson Park still maintain defense, but great defense.
Both sides showing great work here on their counter-attacking. In the first phase there, early on you saw how Selborne turned over the ball from Hudson Park, and secondly Hudson Park straight onto the ball. Unfortunately, Guy Bishop got himself isolated, and Hudson Park got in there with a great steal and turnover ball. So both sides feeling each other out here, and we knew it was going to be like this. So
definitely.
It just depends on how long it's going to take and which side's going to be able to withhold that pressure.
There we go, and the man who made that steal, Esama Zamabuntu, also an Academy Week player, showing off his experience today. Well, one thing I've seen along the years is that the fear doesn't exist anymore. The fear does not exist anymore. You can just see by the confidence of Hudson Park right now. They believe in themselves. They know that they can do it. They've done it before.
Yep.
Now Hudson ball, great throw, just outside the 22. That man to watch, makes the minus pass there.
Dylan Cromer taking a great feed up inside ball there, and Hudson Park looking to just absolutely move her out. The ball's not going to be sort of been held up by Selborne. Will that ball be able to come up? Unfortunately not. Great work there by the defensive work there by Selborne, as they just knew the rules. You can hold on to that ball, you hold on to it in a maul, and I think Dylan Cromer just found himself a little bit upright in that crash ball attempt.
Yeah, definitely. It's also great awareness from the Selborne pack as well. Not trying to go for the big hits, just keeping up and for a turnover.
And that's great work there. The rules say that once the ball's in the air, you don't have to let it go. Even when it goes down to ground, you can hold on to it. And Selborne, knowing that, basically just held over, isolated the ball and turned over. Great work there by the defensive work of the Selborne pack.
Yeah, definitely. And at this point in time, it's still a bit difficult to judge who's got the upper hand in the scrums. So the first scrum matchup.
Hudson Park have got a tight head already.
Definitely. And Reese Richter with the feed. Our ref doesn't like it. Should be a restart. Wheeling. Something happening on the loose head side there for Hudson.
Hudson definitely look like they want to dominate up front. Definitely looking to put some pressure on the Selborne pack of forwards here. And they really got a tight head, so they should say this out of 2 scrums, they 2-0 up at the moment.
Definitely.
But they're definitely going to look like they're going to target the front row of Selborne's pack here.
Yeah. And also along the years, Selborne has also been renowned to have a strong forward pack. Just also I spoke to the coach, the forwards coach Chase Morrison, and he did say that they're quite strong up front. Reese Richter with another feed. Selborne ball. We're just on the 10-meter line, ladies and gentlemen. Selborne in attack. It's another proper scrum, a beautiful scrum from Hudson. Richter with the pass.
Good defensive work there by Hudson Park in the midfield. Good work there by Selborne.
Also valuable meters gained. Oh, bump you. Check you later. Guy Bishop made the tackle. There we go. Tight forwards, slicing through gaps. Great run there, young lad.
Good defence work. Good running lines there from Selborne by their number 5. And that was Tyler Glover. Hit a nice line there, but good defensive work coming cross-covering from the Hudson Park guy. Just knocked him just a bit sideways, and that ball just sort of floated out of his hands, where it just affected that pass where the offload needed to be. So both sides still trying to. If you never look here, great running line here by Glover. Show it and go. Just a little bit of a too straight up running there from the centre, but great work there by the number 9 Flemmer, just to make sure that that pass doesn't go to hand.
There we go. And now in the past 3 minutes, we've been in the Hudson Park half, but then they've been doing well not to concede any points, early points, just to avoid that scoreboard pressure. And the Flemmer with the feed, Hudson Park ball. Another proper scrum from Hudson Park. They're showing great dominance, and out there.
Like I said, good work down there by Flemmer.
Figlin, game for territory.
He find himself isolated again. On the ball is Hudson Park again. Will this be another turnover? Great work there by Selborne.
Great upper body strength. Great from the Josh van Field, the captain as well, leading by example. Oh, there we go. Day with a beautiful kick, territorial kick. Great kick. Well done, young lad. Great awareness of the game, great awareness of space.
Now the Selborne side here just trying to move that pack around of Hudson Park and just sort of putting them at bay, keeping the ball and keeping the pressure on, and basically saying Selborne to Hudson Park, well, if you're going to score, you're going to have to score 80 to 90 metre tries. So sort of a ding-dong battle going on here, and sort of a nothing kick there by Flemmer. And look at that, great awareness.
Oh, great awareness.
And just putting the ball back into Hudson Park's 22 and say, here we go, you can have the next play. It's like a chessboard play piece here, and it's who's going to be able to withhold the pressure and see what happens after that.
And we can see as Selborne wants to bully Hudson.
Yep.
Those one-off runners trying to dominate the collision, but they were right inside the 22-meter line. Flame with the feed, but Josh Jonas being kept at bay properly. Still too early. Just outside, Flame with the pass. Behind the Figlin.
It's great work by him.
Yeah, just down the 10-meter.
Counter-attacking.
There's a counter-attack. Blake makes the pass. Great beauty of a pass. Beats the man on the inside. Makes the ball right back inside the 22-meter line. Selborne in attack. Warwick Day showing great upper body strength. Just outside the 22. Reese Richter. Jordan McLaughlin also showing great upper body strength. These Selbornians very strong. But Hudson Park on defense. Turnover.
Was great work.
Great work.
Hudson Park looking dangerous on the outside. Yeah, for Shay. Chet shoes here. Great work there. Great feet. He's gone.
Oh my! There we go. It's got pass. Surely a 5-pointer, but a huge hit. Well done to Blake for making the hit. Try saving tackle. We can see Hudson Park is ready to show us some flames. Give us some flames, ladies and gentlemen.
Bulumko Mfundisi. He was our old Craven Week outside wing, showed some great pace on the outside there. And let me tell you now, they looked like they turnover ball was good. Into the space from Fouché. Fouché offloaded to Fundisi and off his go. Oh, great defensive tackle there by De Beyer.
Bulumko Mfundisi, great pace. In, out, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen. Flame with the pass. Outside of the one, Fundisi gets the ball, steps in, steps out. Show me your number. Telanga Panges out on the outside. But guess what? There was a player out there, Blake Geodrix, with the phenomenal tackle. Reminds me of when Villaroo was fetched. There with Daniel Tebea, I beg your pardon. Reminded me of how Villaroo was fetched by Bowden Barrett. But we're right here inside the 22-meter line of Selborne in defense. Was being charged down. Oh, unfortunately, he couldn't I need to catch my breath.
Yeah, we look at Selborne now. Richter trying to just clean out that ball now. Day getting back for the defensive kick. He just kicks it upside field and just takes him about 5 to 6 meters outside of Hudson of their own 22. That was great work from Hudson Park there. Putting a bit of pressure on. All of a sudden, now the game changed. That's what we're talking about. Are they going to be able to release that pressure, Setu? They've done that, and now the pressure's back on Selborne. Now, first time in this game that Hudson Park has been in Selborne's half.
Definitely. Now you can see now Hudson Park is starting to get the tails up. We're just 12 minutes into the first half right now, and it's still deadlocked at 0 points. Sambe Kalata, also Academy Week player, with the throw. Great throw, beautiful lob there. Monet Fouché with the catch. And now they're just trying to build up some phases, a pick and go. Selborne, they must watch out, mustn't creep. Must make an advantage for an offside there. But Selborne still in defense. Hudson Park building up phases. A strong carry. Dylan Cromhout. It's been turned over.
Steel's been good. Hudson Park reacting quickly now. Can they get their ball back? Great turnover by Selborne. And can they clear their lines from this defensive, quickly turn around from their turnover ball? Can they get away from their line?
And Reese Richter to Warwick Day.
boy!
Good awareness.
Oh, great awareness.
Yeah, great work there. Good work by the fullback. Very clever in knowing that if I get my feet up in the ground, I cannot be tackled. So the awareness of the of the wing there was fantastic there.
There we go. Also great cover there by Sim Nhleki, I beg your pardon. The younger brother of Lonwabo Foxy Nhleki.
Yeah. Supposed to be the quickest guy in the team. We haven't yet to see him spread his legs and run. And yet again, Hudson Park now putting a bit more pressure onto the Selborne side, and they got a line out just on the 22. From the last line I'd set, it looked like Hudson Park were looking to set up a maul from their pack. Obviously that's one of their advantages, or one of their to-go-tos. Let's see what happens from this line out, if they will repeat that.
Yeah, definitely so. But I see now just on the 22, just a meter of the 22-meter line. I'm assuming that they might just go for the maul, and exactly they do just that.
There we go. This is great work from Hudson Park, as they're now really looking to dominate this maul. They've really got it set. They're really now putting pressure. They're really close to the line. Line out advantage to Hudson Park.
Galata! Oh, there we go. The inside, they're attacking at full force right now. Flem with the pass. There we go. Selborne defending for their lives, because Hudson Park are knocking on the door. Keegan Punasami with the ball carry. Still Selborne in defense. The ref has his arm out. Advantage to Hudson Park. Selborne are scrambling in defense, trying to get the pull and post together. They have to make sure the pull and post stays there, because the scrum off looks like it's a nippy scrum off. We're just 2 meters out the trial line, and Hudson Park are looking to score. But no, big hit there. Corbin Harrison with a huge hit.
Shifted.
Oh, great hands.
Great work.
Great hands. Punasami should be inside the corner. Great defense.
Great work.
Great scramble defense from Hudson. I beg your pardon, Selborne College. Still the ball is with Hudson Park, but there was an advantage for Hudson.
This is great defensive work. Great composure. Hudson Park trying to keep that ball alive, but yet just great work there by the Selborne side, just holding them at bay. Almost felt that if they just needed to go the other side of the field, but there was no advantage, and there's going to be a penalty, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Sambe Galata almost ran away with it. Another smash and grab.
Wonder if Hudson Park will take a scrum sent up in the field. Here we go. Morne Fouché, he's been around. He was here last year. Was one to watch last year as a grade 11. But let's see what they'll do. I'm sure he's going to go for poles.
Take the early points.
That was entertaining rugby. Great pressure put on Selborne. Maybe what I would have liked to see is maybe them take a scrum upset here, as they've got Selborne sort of on the back foot at the moment. But definitely I can have a look here. Great work there by Puma Sammy. He's got his body to the right position. I think maybe the ref was just a little bit in the wrong way there for that ball to get carried, and unlucky there for Guy Bishop, caught himself offside. And then yet again Hudson Park really looked dangerous. Great interpassing here, great work back inside, and then yet again he looked to offload, which was good to see.
Great awareness, great awareness. He knew that he was being driven out to the touchline. He made the pass. Great awareness. And that's what has been trying to motivate these kids at schools right now. It's not always about contact. It's always making the guy next to you look good. And break it, Deirdricks, to get the first points of the game. Right in between the uprights. First bladder to Hudson Park, ladies and gentlemen.
And that'll settle some of the nerves that both sides have had now. Now the game points are on. Now it's down to structure. Hudson Park really looked good with ball in hand when they were down in that area. They just maybe need to just be a little bit more clinical in not be too rushing into that line, and just maybe set 1 or 2 more phases and then go out wide. But they definitely look like they're here to play. And we're down to 3-0 with 16 minutes gone in the first half.
There we go. And also Josh Jonas, even though we haven't spoken much about him, but once he gets his groove on. And restart. And unfortunately, just a small error there by a day.
That's the second time he's restarted now. The first one was in the start of the game. Second one now, just kicking a bit too hard, not allowing for the wind, and unfortunately now advantage back onto Hudson Park, and they can either have a line out or a scrum. They've opted for their scrum. Their forwards, definitely their front row, look well conditioned and ready for scrummaging.
There we go. Warwick Day. Don't worry, young lad. Don't worry, young lad. Don't worry, young lad. Now we have a scrum in the middle of the park again. This is the same moment we were at in the beginning of this game. Now let's see if Hudson Park might use some of the options they have on the outside.
Great
work with the feed. Oh, there we go. Makes a spin. He's working everywhere. He's looking for work.
It's good control.
Marcelo Flema with the pass. Oh, there we go. Right through the gap. Punasami. Who's there in support? Who's there in support? Who's there in support? Punasami with valuable meters being made. But Usame Galata was out there on the outside, but still the ball has been retained. Fundisi takes it up, gets hammered by Ngoga Kobe. Just outside the 22. Selborne in defense. Hudson Park have got the tails up right now. Woo! Monet Fache. Who's there with some support? Hasn't been held. Flame with the pass. Hudson Park are playing with such great finesse. Sibu Mapek, the academy player, showing great tenacity in the ball carrying. There we go. Bayanda Franklin. Who's there in support? Hudson Park are turning up the heat. Turning up the heat. Great pass. Oh, there we go. Jackie beats two. We're right inside the 22-meter line now. Selborne in defense, Hudson Park. Oh, unfortunately, they conceded a penalty. Whew.
That was fantastic to watch, their composure and the way they were making inroads in that, and unfortunately they just ran out of space on the left-hand side there. And here we go, Selborne, they want to run, they want to get in the game. I don't know if that would be the right option. Tackle made there by Cromout, Dylan Cromout, and now getting a bit loose as
Nasty.
Unfortunately, just took it a bit too further. The first hit was great and took him into the horizontal. Now Selborne looked to try and get into the ball, into the field, and now they work their way up again. Some great work here by McLaughlin.
Still inside Selborne's half.
Ref's going to go back for that tackle, I'm sure of it.
He's probably going to have a review of that. That was very nasty.
Let's have a look at this. Great work here, great running lines here by Punasami. He just needed a guy on the outside here by Galata, and great handoff here. Then the ball should have shifted, and great work then there by the Selborne defensive line again, just holding them back for that momentum. And Hudson Park really looking dangerous. Fouché going forward here again, and no obstruction there, folks, as he was the ball carrier. And straight away again, Hudson Park looking dangerous with ball in hand.
There we go. And we can see now that Hudson Park, as well as the previous game we just watched now, there's no fear at all. They want to take it up. They are in Selborne's faces, and they're giving out all they got. But he's missed touch right now by Anda. Umfundisi. Oh, like a hard dive through butter. Steps one, steps out, he's not going to make it. Where's their support? Oh, he's still up. The tackle was not made, so he can still go. Just inside the 22-meter line, the counter-ruck. Not successful, still in favor of Hudson Park. Put us up with the grab. It's been, unfortunately loses it forward, but the ref, so ladies and gentlemen, Punasami knocked the ball on, but his player was in offside position to catch the ball. That's why there is a penalty against Hudson Park.
Yeah, Hudson Park got to be quick on the end ball. Yeah, great work here yet again by the Jet Shoes, number 11, Mfundisi, and just needed to have another player to offload. He thought, I'll just jump right over you. No held in the tackle, he can carry on going, and unfortunately the ball just seemed to come out a bit slowly. Good counter-rucking there by Selborne, just to sort of put Hudson off bay there. But yet again, Hudson Park making all the plays in this first 21 minutes of the game, and they just need to try and ensure that they settle and get that offload going and finding their support play a bit better.
Yeah, definitely. You can see now Hudson Park, they can smell the fact that now they smell blood.
Yeah.
They're smelling blood, a lot of it. They want to go in for the kill. Now Jordan McLaughlin with the put in. Now the captain of this team, Justin Frieden, probably is talking to his mates right now just to keep calm. Even though there's like under 10 minutes left in this first half. 3 points in favor of Hudson Park. McLaughlin with the throw. The front ball. Oh, almost stolen there. They've got them all going. Now he's approaching. Just on the halfway line. Still going, advanced. The arm is out with the ref. Probably swimming around the mall there. Just inside Hudson Park's half, just before the 10-meter line, and penalty to Selborne.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's just you've got to try and hold him, and Hudson Park just got a bit incorrect there on that, and yet again, Selborne going to the touchline just to relieve some of the pressure that they've been under, and Selborne have they've been under this a lot more times, I would say, under more difficult conditions against hardest opposition, so they will know what to how to sort of take in that pressure, and yet again, no panicking then from them, which shows great composure from their side, getting the penalty and taking it back up. And you can see Hooker just having a word there with the linesman, saying that I want to stand here, I want to be in this line. So I think the ref needs to just check whether the line-out's going to be in straight or skew. He's not happy with the ball.
Sabe Galata also showing great pace when he was supporting Punasami. McLachlan with the throw. Selborne in attack.
Great line-out work.
In the middle, going for another more. Gaining valuable meters right now. They're going ahead very slowly, but they're gaining valuable meters. They should just be careful now not to concede another penalty now, because it will be in range of Warwick Day. But there's a break now.
Good pick up there by the Selborne side. They've got some great hands there. They're just moving this big pack, and it's been turned over. Oh, Hudson Park, take a bow.
Yeah, he got himself isolated there as he picked up and went in there, and that's the first time the scoreboard's been working.
I was just
today.
about to say that.
It's great to see. We always refer to scoreboard pressure and on today, so we're grateful that it is on. And Dedrick's finds a great.
What a phenomenal!
Has it gone out? Not yet. Oh, down in the bounce. Great defensive work there.
Great chase,
and,
great chase.
Hudson Park now looking to put some more pressure onto the Selborne side as that ball didn't go out, and they're turning over the ball quickly. Looks like he's got it. Number 7, nope, off his feet.
Stolen.
Yeah, great work by number 7. Let the ball go wide.
Let the ball go.
Cromwell
He still has his
Cromwell trying to do a little chicken pass there. Just thinking that the ball should try and let the ball do a little bit more work.
Ball's out. Hudson Park in attack. Oh, Bandile Matiba. Great strength. Bongo, turnover, and he's carrying the ball now. Just before the 22-meter line, Hudson Park making Selborne breathe through the wound. Oh, great inside pass. Punasami has been carrying a lot. He's been carrying a lot.
Well.
Very well. And he knows which lines to pick. Ooh, that's a great pass. Ooh, unlucky young lad.
Tackle
That's
release.
Monet for Shea. Monet for Shea is also bullying his own victims here. Oh, unfortunately, that's so unlucky. That's so unlucky.
Hudson Park doing all the good work here, all the hard work, all the great work, showing great composure. It's that last pass. I think they need to just let the ball do a little bit more work, holding on just at the wrong times. Cromwell there, just should have maybe just let the ball move a bit more. And the last pass, I don't think it was intended to go to that player, Setu, and that's why the knock-on came. But yet again, Hudson Park are looking very, very dangerous.
Very dangerous. Also, just to add on to what you were saying there, so Hansen, is that he wasn't expecting the pass to come, but then a game of rugby must always expect the ball, always anticipate the ball.
Just got a bit of an injury to Jordan McLachlan, just taking a bit of a knock to the knee, so they're just having him assessed there by Kasifana Mava, who's been with them as their sort of physio for a pretty long time, so you'll know what to do. And here we go, we got the scrum down inside of Selborne's 22, 4 minutes to go to half-time. Hudson Park need to try and, if I say, get some points for all the work they've done
pressure
for the last 10 minutes.
All the pressure. And also, Jordan McLachlan was down there. Could be also tactic.
Yeah, slow down.
Slow down.
There's no injury time today, folks. It's running time. It means the clock doesn't stop. So also being a bit clever used to taking a bit of pressure. But let's see what Hudson Park can do with their pack of forwards.
Here we go. We have scrum down. Reese Richter with the feed. And Hudson Park scrum looking strong. Oh, but the second shove was there. Warwick there with the kick. Looks like he hit it on the side there.
Great work. And now there's just 3.5 minutes to go. Hudson Park now need to try and get away with some points. I'm sure they're going to go back to that lineup that they did early on and try and see if they can maul their way up. I'm sure Selborne will try and sack them if they can. But definitely looking like a side to control the game, control the tempo, and they really look dangerous.
Very, very, very dangerous. And now there's also have an opportunity for another more here. We're just like 5 meters outside their 22-meter line. Oh, but I have to make mention of this beautiful crowd today.
Yeah, folks, thank you for coming out here to East London. Thanks to the guys that are watching on School Sports Live this afternoon, bringing it to you as it happened. Great line-out work there by Hudson Park, and they look like to now go straight up the middle with their pick packer forwards if they can control this. There he goes, broken off to the number 1.
Matiba. Flemmer with the pass.
Great carry there by the number 3, Mbeche.
Oh, great clean. Galata, show and go. Oh, stays. Must release.
Ball control from Hudson Park has been very good this afternoon. A little bit undecided on what they want to do now.
They're very confrontational though. What? Simkleki.
Picked up by Dedricks.
Staying strong on his feet. Hudson Park on the attack. Selborne with the scramble. Some beats one. Oh, they can't bring him down. He's like a soap. Flamer with the pass.
Kunasami. He's quite agile for a lock. He gets around the field. It's like another loose forward.
Bayanda. Surely refaces his arm out.
Surely
with the turnover, surely no one was cleaning there. So Gromos decided to take it to himself. Hudson Park in attack. Oh, +1 there through the gap, takes 2 to take him down.
No hands on it to ruck time now. Here we go.
Hudson Park still in defense. Flemmer with the pass. Catch and pass. Pass too early.
Not too early.
Oh, Fundisi! Oh, nasty.
Great work by Hudson Park. They're looking to go wide, doing the basics, Ronya, and yet again that is a try-saving tackle, but unfortunately it is a yellow.
Player safety. I think yellow is the right call, but unfortunately for the young lad, even though it was unintentional, Bulumko Mfundisi was surely going there to go in the corner with a 5-pointer, but unfortunately Somlota has to be in the bin.
Ref having a word with them. Definitely Selborne finding themselves on the back foot with the pressure. Hudson Park need to just find a bit more composure. I find that they're just a little bit unsure at times, but definitely when they go outside wide, their backs looking like there was great hands. I don't know what Hudson Park, they are man up now. Would they attack the line? And I would now with 1 minute to go, I would take the line out and try that rolling ball again.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the momentum is with them now. I mean, it looks like they will be the ones. The coach is looking there with great suspense.
It's quite casual with the hats on there.
Nice shades there. But yeah, line out in the 5-meter. Hudson Park in attack. Selborne College are a man down. And it looks like now Usambe Galata doing the dirty work. Great throw. He's been throwing very well.
A fantastic game, yeah, very tight game. 3-0 to Hudson Park. And Hudson Park looking to keep it safe. And here we go again.
Go with the more.
And there we go.
Must be careful of obstruction.
Good clean up there on the left-hand side now. Hudson Park still got the ball. I wonder if they're going to go out to the back line. Mornashe Fouché just picking it up. Hudson Park looking to react. Yet again,
good work. Good leg drive.
Tackle now, got a release.
They must release. Going back blind. Oh, Kramer to the try in the corner. Out of nowhere, he picks his perfect line, and Flemmer with great awareness gives it to him, and he scores in the corner. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a game in our hands.
Hudson Park got their 5 points or maybe 8 points. Dylan Cromout showing great carry with the ball early on. Very impressed with the two locks for Hudson Park.
Yes,
here.
yes, definitely.
They're doing a lot of work for lock work, and their pace and their speed, I think, is catching them unaware. But great work here. But then you can actually see the drive was working out. You can actually watch them set themselves up here, folks. Ball goes to the left. Great carry here. And as he goes to ground, you can see Dylan Cromout in the background there, behind there, waiting to go. Great line, great speed, great work.
It's hard to stop a man that big in such a short space. Yeah. It's physics.
We try and teach that. That's one that I'll go back now tomorrow to my under 13 and show them. If you run from depth at pace and you get the pass to you correctly, that's how you do it. Fantastic work right there.
Beautiful try. Blake Diedricks for the additional halves. Unfortunately, it goes right on the left of the upright. So the score remains 8-0 in favor of Hudson Park. Ladies and gentlemen, it's half time now, and Hudson Park are leading 8 points to 0. Many people might say that this will be like a test match.
Yeah. We'll see you shortly, folks. from East London through School Sports Live. Hudson Park taking the lead, deserved lead, I would say, 8-0. Put Selborne under a lot of pressure. And really a good game to watch at the moment. Two sides that are really well conditioned. If you have a look at the stats, one try to Hudson Park. No really line breaks that have been happening, but tackles made. You can see Selborne making more tackles, truly based on the fact that they've been put under a lot of pressure and obviously missing a lot more tackles because the ball has been in favour of Hudson Park. Turnovers, 7 turnovers to Hudson Park. They've been very good on the ball. Both conceded 5 penalties, so it's been sort of even Stevens, and lineouts 164 to Hudson Park. Scrums 3 apiece, and 1 penalty conversion from Hudson Park. As I said to you, been a great game to watch. Hudson Park eventually got their 5 points from all the hard work they've done. Key players so far in the game for me has been from Hudson Park have been Morne Fouché. He's been very outstanding. The other one I would say would be Keegan Pumasemi and Dylan Cromart. The two locks have really stood out in their ball carrying. And Samba Galada as well. He's sort of been around the field as like another loose forward hooker. So a very entertaining game. Not to mention anything from Selborne, they're really looking good. Defensive-wise, they've been defending a lot. You can see the penalty, the tackles made in this half has been sort of doubled, purely based on the fact that Hudson Park have had a lot more possession and a bit more territory. So second half's going to be entertaining. It's who's going to be able to tighten up on the mistakes. Anything from your side that you've noticed or witnessed that can add value to our spectators?
Yeah, well, I mean, at the end of the day, we need to understand that this is a new look Selborne side. It's a new coach, new players, everyone is coming up from junior levels. So basically, they're still trying to gel as a team, still trying to gel. And as you can check there with tackles made, you can see that they've been under pressure for most of the first half. And Hudson Park with 16 tackles made, even though there's no line breaks, but they've been great intent, especially with Bulungo Mfundisi. And also as well, thank you very much to iSports Analysis for the fantastic stats. And by the way, numbers don't lie. Special shout out to you, iSports Analysis. Thank you very much. So I'm looking forward to the second half right now. And many people are very nervous right now because it's going to look like someone folks there is thinking what's going on here. It's been great out here today. We're getting into sort of the last half an hour of the schools rugby. Just to remind you folks, we School Sports Live is yet again bringing you rugby from across the board. They're also currently bringing you some rugby from Boland, if I'm not incorrect. We've got next week, we're down in Grahamstown for the Graham Day, and that's going to be a great opportunity to you guys to switch on, subscribe to our page, send us some tweets. There we're going to see some schools from PE. We've got Grey College down there. We've got Nico Milan. We're really going to be seeing some great rugby. So same schools from here are going to go down there. St Andrews are going to be down there. Kingswood's going to be down there. And then the week after that, we're down in PE for the Grey Festival. So we've got schools from all around the country. Jeppy's going to be down in there. Durban Boys High, I think, might be there. So Sax are going to be there. I haven't seen Sax come down to the festival for a long time. Guys, there's lots of rugby. It's brought to you by School Sports Live. This is a great initiative for some old boys to get in touch with with the schools and to see what's happening back home, where you might be overseas, you might be in Dubai. We've had guys from Dubai, we've had guys from all over the world. This is what schoolboy rugby is all about. I mean, it's all about the gears, being an old boy. For example, watching Queens, I thought about my boys back in Connaught House. But then now, there's millions and lots of old boys from around the world, from Hudson Park, as well as Selborne College from all over the world. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. And also, we are tuned in live to the best school sports broadcaster in the land. That's School Sports Live. And don't forget to subscribe on our YouTube channel. Also, check us on Facebook. Just like it, also on Instagram, where you can be updated on your daily sports. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to kickstart the second half. Hudson Park are leading 8 points to 0. Hudson Park are looking the favors with them, I beg your pardon, right now. But then again, it's a game of rugby and it's a game of two halves.
Yeah, folks, it's been a fantastic day's play down here. We've had some great rugby, some great tries, and let me tell you, it hasn't lived up to anything like this at the moment. Hudson Park got an 8-0 advantage going into the second half. I think they will be a little bit more sort of nerves will be gone now, knowing that they can actually score tries, taking the lead. But there's still another half an hour to go, and you drop this ball, and like we saw against Dale, it just takes 2 mistakes and 14 points on the board. So it's who's going to be the stronger, fitter, and keeps things to the simplest that will win this game going forward.
Yeah, definitely. And we have Blake Deirdricks who are about to start the second half. I'm sure now the coaches of both teams have been telling their players not to panic as much, not to worry, but just to stick to structure and also believe in the system, and then the rest will happen on its own.
Yeah, so Diedrichs now will start the half. The wind at the back of Hudson Park, and can they control the game as much as they did in the last half of the first half?
And we're off. Diedrichs with the restart in the second half. McLaughlin with the take. Strong carry. He's looking for support. Oh, but great tackle. Flemmer with the tackle. Warwick Day. Ooh. Oh, unlucky. Ooh.
Picked up there by Hudson Park there. A little bit of a
Fundisi.
Undecided move there. Ball just sort of floated across, and Hudson Park now turn over a ball where they were looking at be on the back foot there, Setu.
There we go. And Luanga Bongo, also an underrated stalwart. He's been causing a lot of turnovers there. But then now, oh, I wasn't ready for it. Turnover ball, Hudson Park. They've got the advantage for a knock-on. McLaughlin with the pass. Oh, what a pass. Day looking for territory. Oh, there we go. Diedrichs was there, positioned very well. Safety first.
That's a great kick.
That's a phenomenal kick. That's a beautiful kick. Well done there, young man.
Yeah, that's calm and collective. He was in the right place at the right time, got into position, didn't really panic, used the wind to his effect, and like we saw at the kickoff, Hudson Park obviously learned what happened in the first half. They turned around the kick to the opposite side there, but great work there by Jordan McLaughlin, taking straight up the middle of the field for a hooker, and but great defensive work by the little number 9, Marcel Flemmer, who brought him down. So short line out here, I think, to Selborne.
Hookers these days, I think they should be doing 100-meter sprints. They're so quick. I wasn't that quick back then.
You get two different types of hookers. Eh? You get ones that are lit spinners and ones that are big.
There we go. There we go. Just outside the half. A 22-meter, beg your pardon. Selborne line out, going in for the maul. Josh van Veerden, the cappy, just distributes it to McLaughlin. It's not going anywhere. They have to use it. Reese Richter makes the pass. Oh yes, strong hit.
Great work there by Luanga Bongo. And Selborne now looking to go outside wide. Ball's now in the hand. And
Richter with the pass. McLaughlin's there again. He's a live wire.
Great defensive work there by Hudson Park. The line speed has been good. And there unfortunately was a knock on.
There we go.
No, offside.
Offside.
Line speed was too good.
Line speed was too quick. It seems like now Selborne are playing with much greater intent. They do know what's at stake right now. Yep. I mean, they've got history to protect. Hudson Park has only beaten Selborne 3 times in the history. We spoke about 4 times. We spoke about that. Mr. Hansen.
I'm sure it could be 4 or 5. I know I was involved with the second one. They might have done it 3 times after that, or twice after. I think once away from home and once at home.
Yeah.
But besides the point there, Hudson Park definitely look like they're up for it today. They definitely a well-conditioned side. They're looking good and drilled, and they're really giving Selborne a hard run for their money here. And we've got McLaughlin now putting the ball in again to the Selborne line.
Still advantage for Selborne College. McLaughlin.
A bit of argy-bargy there between the players. Ball going to the back. Oh, well taken there.
Oh, Bulela Makaja. Van Veerden. Tackled. Oh, no tackle from the ref. Try time scored.
Not held in the tackle. I think that is the mark there, Setu. Great work there. A little bit of an opportunist try there. The ball sort of bounced up, and unfortunately from the line out was a bit of a missed line out, but works to your favour. You take it. Unfortunately not held in the tackle. Got back up onto his feet, and try time for Josh van Veerden. And Hudson Park just caught a little bit unaware from the line out. The ball didn't go to hand for Selborne, but great work there by the Selborne. You can have a look here. Just gone back there. A ref sort of got in the way. Boom! Took the gap by number 12. And then the great offload here to Josh van Veerden as he looked inside to pass. And like I said, not held in the tackle, I don't think. Nope. And bare up on his feet. And yet again, try time.
That is great core strength.
Game on.
Now we have a game in our hands. With the extras added, 8 points to 7 in favour of Hudson Park. McLaughlin with the take again. First defender, what's going to happen? He breaks the tackle. This hook is having a game of his life. Oh my goodness, I'll see you later. This bus is packed. Book another ticket. Selborne College in the attack. Tables have turned. Richter with the pass. Day showing go. Oh, but caught hard in the tackle. Oh! Selborne attack. It's almost a turnover.
Could get a bit loose here. Hudson Park don't want that.
Breaking the tackle.
Cromart's all over the ball. Has he turned it over? No. Good work there by Hudson Park defensively now.
In for the steal, but unfortunately, just on the 10-meter. Selborne's 10. Van Vrienden leading by example.
This is a great tussle. Yeah, it really is like a test match. Great work there by Crommart again.
He wants it.
Hudson. Oh, another one.
Him again. 2 hits in 2 seconds. Keegan. Dylan Crommart, I beg your pardon.
It's great defensive work. Some great hits there by Hudson Park. Really looking to just hit Selborne back. And yet again, on the ball again. Are they going to steal it over?
Off his feet.
No advantage. I don't think they're going to go back for that all-in-all tackle by Crommart. It wasn't a deliberate knock-on, folks. It was his hands were there to make the tackle. And there was a great bit of defensive work from Hudson Park. They seemed that there were better spaces open there. And I think they don't want to try and keep this game a bit loose. They need to just slow it down again where they were controlling the game in the first half.
Definitely. You can see a McLachlan with a nice goose step. Show it go. Boom. Bus is full. Booking at the ticket. But guess what? Esam Zamabuntu was there.
Yeah.
Great hit.
It's good work from a number 9, small guy and a big guy. Yeah, didn't flinch away, and that's what we like to see. We've got those nuggety hard scrum offs. We keep on producing them. They don't want to go away from anybody. They're not going to stand in their favour. So defensive scrum for Selborne, just outside their 22.
Hudson Park will be sure they want to make Selborne make a mistake here. Hands on the ground. Day.
I think it's gone out.
It's gone out.
Kick there by De Beer, just finding some pressure. They're making a substitute here for Hudson Park. Definitely number 9 has been substituted. Obviously took a hard nick. And we've got Zuzu Dom on the field for Marcel Flemmer. So just rolling in the substitutes. And Hudson Park making 1 or 2 others. And I think it's Oscar Mayataza on, if I'm not mistaken. I'm just trying to check.
All right, folks, just also a quick reminder, folks, that you can also catch us next week at the Graham College Rugby Day, where the greatest sports broadcasting company will be doing it, School Sports Live. Graham Rugby Day. Oh, for shame, unfortunately.
Yeah, sorry, just wanted to apologise there. Zuzu Dom not on yet. I thought he was on the field, but maybe there was a bit of blood. And Marcelo Fleming is back on in his 9th position. So Hudson Park just making 1 change at the moment. We just want to make sure we got the right player on the field. And it is Oscar Mayataza has taken up his role as in the front row. Just 1 or 2 little injuries from Hudson Park there off that ball. Just trying to set themselves out. Obviously for them also yet again, it's early season. They want to just feel their way around, do 1 or 2 options. But yet again, it's still handing errors that lead to anything.
Yeah, definitely. And we are almost 10 minutes into the second half, and it's still anyone's game this.
Blindside wing for Selborne has moved into attacking position just outside Day. I wonder if they've got a move on here, or if they're going to go blind.
It's probably going inside. Great scrub by Hudson. Selborne. Oh. Day smashed. Great defensive work. Good last speed for Master. They're going in for the steal.
Stolen by Hudson Park. Not.
There we go. Penalty for Hudson Park. The line speed is phenomenal. The line speed is outstanding. They're always catching Selborne off guard.
Setu, great work on your defensive. I think, like we were saying, with regards to the Selborne side being a little bit new in defence in the back line, a little bit unsure there with Day and that blindside runner. And then obviously on the defensive line, the minute that tackle was made, the first 2 guys, so you can watch it, Day got tackled by Jonas. Great defensive work. Now just watch the first 2 guys onto the ball. In goes the fly half onto the tackle, and the next 2 guys are onto the ball. Great work. And kicked it long, Hudson Park.
Looks like
a waste of an opportunity of turning into a bit more pressure onto the side, and unfortunately he's just kicked it too far instead of actually just getting the ball out, and now they'll go right back for another scrum.
Yeah, unfortunately that's his first fault of the day.
Yeah, just a little error. Trying to get that extra 2 meters is important, and just a little bit too far.
Safety first. And also the proud sponsors of Selborne College Rugby 2019, Yebo Tanks and Puma. Shout out to you. And now, unfortunately for Blake, he overcooked it. An opportunity to have an advantage in Selborne's half, but they're just inside the Selborne's half in the halfway line. Selborne scrum.
Now Hudson Park will put them under pressure. Obviously got the number 1 hooker prop back on. There's Oscar Maitaza from Hudson Park. I wonder if he'll make a difference with regards to the scrummaging. It most definitely does.
Good shove from Hudson Park. But Selborne managed to get it Day.
Great defensive work there by Hudson Park as they're slowing down Day in his movement. Hudson Park now looking great speed there, line. Great
Glover.
Defensive work by Glover.
Richter again. Oh, where's the onions? First hit, first carry, valuable meters.
Good hit there yet again by Jonas, making good hits. So Selborne now just trying to keep the ball in hand and just work their way up. And great line speed there from Hudson Park defense. I'm just slowing down the defense and getting out.
Just inside Hudson's half. Richter, Day, beautiful pass. Josh, it's difficult to take him down. Just over the 10-meter. Richter, Day again.
Oh, great work there.
Josh.
That's a Cromart again. He's been a stalwart in for Hudson Park today, the lock. Putting in some massive hits. Hits again, in goes McLaughlin going around. Great Cromart again. Doesn't matter. Did his job.
Tackle is made.
Hudson Park's line speed on defence has been absolutely fantastic.
Perfect.
And they're moving across now, so great work to the defensive coach of Hudson Park as they're just making sure they make their tackles. Up line speed again. Good work there by Puna Sammy yet again. Also doing work here as Cromat now moves across in defensive line. Richter. Great work there. Cromat
Great D.
Almost stole it. Great work here by Flemmer again on the ball. Unfortunately, I think he was offsides.
Day, the crossy. Oh my goodness, that would have been the try of the day.
Great thinking there by Selborne, just trying to send in. And Hudson Park putting some big tackles into those hards and just trying to break this clue down. That was a great thinking there by the fly half, or I think it was a fly half for cross cover kick. If they'd gone to hand, he was in for all money.
We have a game in our hands, so no one wants to lose here. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, Marcelo Flemmer was found to be offside, so with a penalty to Selborne College just on the 10-meter line. Selborne in attack.
Great defensive work by Hudson Park. They just didn't see that the ball was available to play, and unfortunately, he was just in the wrong side position and the pickup was gone. So good work now to see Selborne putting under Hudson Park under a bit more pressure in these in the first phase of the half. Can Hudson Park do what Selborne did for a long-standing time, is to actually hold on to the pressure, get hold of the ball again, and try and put more pressure onto Selborne.
Here we go, and you can see Selborne are going straight for the jugular because they had an opportunity to go for the 3 points, but they're opting for a line out. They want the whole thing.
Yeah. So Hudson Park defensively just moving back into the line. They got a short line out here from Selborne. 5-man line out.
We're just 2 meters outside the 22. There's no ball, ladies and gentlemen. That's why there's a slight delay.
I think one of the Hudson Park coach ran away with it. Slowing down the game. And yeah, been a great contest this game, guys. It could go either way at the moment. It's 8-7 to Hudson, and there's still 17 minutes to go. Been quite impressive with this young man from Hudson Park, Luanga Bonko.
Here we go.
Really good play there. He's just showed some. Oh, now we've got 4 balls coming.
Also, also on screen, Sambe Galata.
Yeah,
he's been playing very well. Shows great pace and tenacity. Great throw, McLaughlin. Selborne with the ball just over the 22-meter line, but it's been distributed. But not out on the touch. Still Selborne ball. Richter. Oh, great.
Oh, knock. Who's there?
No board.
Yeah, it's good defensive work from Hudson Park there. I was actually I thought Selborne might go for another maul, which has been to their strength in this part of the field, but they sort of broke away on the right hand. Good defensive work trying to get him outside. Great work from Selborne keeping the ball alive. Unfortunately, just the pass not going to hand and a bit of a knock on there. So advantage now back into Hudson Park scores. Can they get away from their 22 and just get out of this pressure situation they're in?
There we go. I mean, the intent was there from Selborne because Hudson Park was expecting a more, but then Selborne was just a step ahead. But unfortunately, the execution wasn't that much. But they'll try again.
Hatzenbach might look to just set up the ball here with Jonas in the back here. I can see him setting up. Great work here by Hatzenbach's forwards. They've really been impressive with regards to... There we go, Jonas on attack. Going up the midfield, setting it up, I'm sure, just to secure the ball a bit better.
Marcelo Flemmer.
And a big boot for... Oh, that is a great kick.
That is an absolute... Ooh. That is a fantastic kick, ladies and gentlemen. Using the wind to his advantage. Great awareness.
He's got a nice big boot and used the wind. The wind sort of dropped a little bit, but he kicked it infield, which the wind took over and just drifted away from the right wing of Selborne College and found his 60 metres upfield and releasing the pressure. So Hatzenbach need to get a bit more ball. Definitely this first 15 minutes of the second half, Selborne have dominated possession. Look at that, great kick and found some great space just behind the wing and boot like that. They shouldn't really panic.
I think that boot has something to do with his height because that kid is tall. Reminds me of Chris Latham. Well, ref thinks it's straight. But someone now goes.
It's great work in the
Corbin
game.
Harrison, strong carry. Reese, Day. Oh. Daniel, strong carry.
Turnover ball by
Turnover surely.
Knocked it on, I think, in the tackle. Great work there. We're not too sure that is. And there's Cromot. He's going to take it straight up. He knows one way. Selborne needs to move away. There we go. Quick ball by Flemmer. Got men on the outside. Yo, who's that? Great. Move. The ball's got to move. There it is. Just caught in there. Unfortunately, there we go.
It's a bit of a tussle going on there.
Bonga's going to take it in there. We've got the Fly's gone up position. Selborne's quite flat on defence. And got their line speed was very good. And we'll have some pop. There it is.
Yeah, and Zamabundu is actually under pressure, but he did well to retain the ball.
Take it up. There we go. Straight through the middle. That's the way to go. It's through the middle. And Hatzenbach now just trying to recover the ball and look to go outside wide. Jonas taking the outside. Oh, he's got it!
Check out the back door. Man, the Figlin does very well.
Tackler's got to roll away. Here we go. Hatzenbach now looking to dominate up front. For Shea carrying the well.
Oh! Unlucky. Ladies and gentlemen, Hatzenbach is fighting. Hatzenbach is fighting.
Some great ball skill there from Hatzenbach, keeping the ball in hand. Yet again, not passing too early, making sure he got that pass off there from Josh Jonas into the right wing, and good handling skills. And then yet again, just taking it up again. Hatzenbach looking dangerous with ball. So are Selborne.
Definitely. Both teams are looking exceptionally dangerous. And I'll just tell a quick comment on Josh Jonas. I know that he knows that he's marked. And what's been happening now with the game is anytime he gets the ball, he's just a playmaker. Sucks in two defenders, offload, +1, creating space on the outside.
Yeah, now someone making the two changes. We've got Wesley Onions coming on. He wasn't on earlier, I think, unless he came on just for a little bit of a blood injury. He will come on at front row. As Selborne now make 1 or 2 changes. I'm not too sure whose scrum off's also been changed, if I'm not mistaken. We're just trying to see as it goes. No, Matthew Kutz has come on onto the flank position. So Selborne making changes up front in the forwards, and Wesley Onions will take up the role, as well as Matt Kutz on the flank.
And also from the Hudson Park perspective, it looks like there haven't been any changes yet. There's been any changes yet. Just one change. Only Oscar Miata is a craven weaker player. There we go. On screen right there. What a shove. Great pressure. Van Vreden. Strong with upper body strength.
Man on the ball again. Hatzenbach putting him under a lot of pressure here. And Hatzenbach's line speed, you can see, very good off the speed there. And great work on to McLaughlin, carrying very well lately. As for Shay's holding on there. He's got to roll away. Selborne really look to play fast. They want to play fast, get Hatzenbach on the back foot. And I'm sure Day will take the point and try and put Hatzenbach on the back foot and just take up some more pressure and more territory.
And with under 12 minutes left, or under 11 minutes left. Oh, missed touch. Keki, Blake. Oh, interception. The connection was made. And guess what? Nkonke Gobe read that like a book.
Here we go, folks. You just got to make sure you're watching what's going on. He thought that was one of his own players. Had they just carried the ball up, it would have been great. Straight into his hands. And I don't think he was even expecting the ball.
Nkonka ladies and gentlemen. You read that like a book, like a bedtime story, and it just started to smash and grab right under the sticks.
That's what happens, folks. It was a missed kick from Day. He wasn't out, but you never give up on the chase. You follow up as much as you can, and you never know what happens. And there we go. Proof is in the pudding. So Selborne now with a 2-point kick to take this game 14-8 in their favour. And Hudson Park's done a lot of hard work, and yet not getting away with the points again.
Yeah, and Warwick Day, this should be taking candy from the kid. This conversion just to add the extras. With under 10 minutes left of the game, ladies and gentlemen, the scores as they stand are 14 points to Selborne and 8 to Hudson Park. And there's 10 minutes left of this fantastic encounter.
You just watch a great work here, and I just think Deeks didn't actually even see him. And they went straight in the line there, and let me tell you what, they were open on the outside to actually a counter-attack. So ball went one way, ball went another way, and that was great work here. As I see one of my work colleagues walking past here, and he didn't actually even greet me, so I'll have a chat to him on Monday. Hudson Park's made a change. Zuzu has now come on at scrum off, Zuzu Dom, and yet again, that is a great kick from Hudson Park.
That is a phenomenal kick. Now, the pressure's back with Selborne.
Still 10 minutes to go. Anything could happen in this game. It takes 1 or 2 minutes to score a try. They could score another try. So Hudson Park now will look to, first for a long time they've been in Selborne's half, and can they now change and put some pressure onto the Selborne pack?
Definitely. And now Hudson Park are trailing for the first time in this game. Now they've got the advantage with the line out just outside the 22, on the 22 actually.
Just got a couple of injuries here to the Hudson Park side. This is a gifted try there from Hudson Park to Selborne after all the hard work they've done, and
you can see a lot of tired bodies over there. At least now it's getting a bit cooler.
It's hot. We're into 5 o'clock, and I can tell you now it's still about 26 degrees out here. And as the sun starts setting, it's just getting a bit cooler, and the boys can feel the heat. A little bit of cramp setting in there, and I'm sure they will get going now.
Also, don't forget to engage with us on our social media platforms, on Instagram at School Sport Live, on Facebook, Twitter, and also on YouTube. Like, share, and subscribe. Also, please do engage with us on our social media platforms using the hashtag School Sport Live.
That's about going for a short line out here. It's a 6-man line out. Great work there. Taken in the air. Penalty given you for Hudson Park advantage, 100%. Great work there. We both spotted that set to shut. As a hooker, he's going. I'm sure Hudson Park will attack again with a line out and just keep it simple.
Yeah, but you know, that was actually very silly though to take him out the air, because I'm in a very, very dangerous position now. Conceding a penalty in that area might prove costly.
Yeah, there we go. Now they could just gain an extra advantage. Now they're just about 7 meters out now. I wonder if they have a full man line out, keep it simple, use their big forwards to their strength. Oscar being on now, you can see straight away in the forwards he's definitely a scrum engine prop.
Extra weight.
And will they now try and put some more pressure on the Selborne side?
Selborne will have to defend for their lives right now, and also Hudson Park are going to go in all guns blazing. Unfortunately, there's an error when it matters the most. When it matters the most, unfortunately, they made the error, but now the ball is with Selborne, scrum down. We're just in between the 5-meter line and the 22. There's just a small error there, but one of the locks. The jump was actually longer.
Yeah. Now they're going to use their scrum again to try and see if they can get a tight head.
Trying to milk that penalty. We have a reset. Official's not happy. And Bryce Schroeder looks like he's about to get in the park.
That's going to be Adam. They're going to change scrum offs shortly, probably with the next break, and we can see them as they're running past us here. Adam Duplessis getting ready to walk onto the field. I wonder if Hudson Park will make any more changes with just 5 minutes to go.
This will be the longest 5 minutes for these young lads in the field.
Great work there by Hudson Park, really putting pressure on. Great work there by, it's carried him back here. Could it be a try? Yeah. Take it back, It's exactly what Hudson Park wanted. Absolutely fantastic. Their forwards have dominated scrum time here. They brought on their best prop, which was obviously Oscar from Craven Week player, and it's definitely counted in their favour. Great work by Hudson Park, as now they put on a bit more pressure onto the Selborne side, and here we go, folks. 5 minutes to go. Hold on to your seats.
Ladies and gentlemen, I also suggest that you do not blink. You might miss something.
Just watch this great work in here by Hudson Park. Absolutely put them under pressure, and hands on the ball as he picked it up. Great work there by the flank, and just Isam Zamabunta. What a great work that was. Taking it back in and turn over Hudson Park ball. Scrum time.
Scrum time, Hudson Park on the attack. Beautiful scrum, they're going forward. Ball is out. Fundisi.
Straight up the middle.
Takes it up strong. They should release now, ref. Well done. Selborne staying steady on defense, make sure there aren't any holes. But then again, Hudson Park with the pick and go, gaining valuable meters. Bongo.
Penalty advantage. Oh, that's great work. Galada going through, just short.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Someone there, just coming off his feet there. Hudson Park really looking dangerous from in front there. Now they're going straight for the line. Is he close over the poles?
This should be surely Josh Jonas with the try, ladies and gentlemen. Josh Jonas, that could be the match-winning try, ladies and gentlemen. This could be the match-winning try. The one time we don't speak about him, he scores the winning try. Josh Jonas.
Great running lines, great work from Hudson Park. They held their composure, and let me tell you, there, great work. You can just watch this line, straight work there by the front row. I think it was Oscar Maiteza working hard. Zuzu there trying to get the ball. You can see him, and look at this run, straight through offload, changed the point of attack, which was fantastic, and hit the space.
Played Grant Combe at the age of 15. Played Craven Week lost at the age of 17. He's definitely the man to watch. He's definitely the struck player.
Yeah.
Blake Deirdricks with the additional points.
You've got to take it where it comes on now for Hudson Park's front row, winning them that pressure ball at the scrum time, getting the ball to be turned over, and then absolutely fantastic work.
Ladies and gentlemen, I suggest you stay exactly where you are right now. There's just 3 minutes left of this fantastic encounter. Hudson Park regains the lead, but it's only 1 point.
Yeah, and they've made some substitutes here, guys. They're quite happy to see what's going on. There's just 3 minutes to go, and we've had 1 or 2 substitutes in the back. Josh Schoen has been pulled off already. I think the coach is happy with what he's seen, and he's saying, guys, we know where we are, and you're leaving up to a couple of the reserves to finish off the game.
Yeah, definitely. But then now, I'll just call them the bomb squad.
Yeah.
Now they have to finish this game. They must make sure that they maintain the standards being set by those who started the game, and just make sure now, see that there's only like almost 2 minutes left of the game. Just catch the ball, regain, keep possession, and make sure that if you want to kick territory.
And that could go too long, go too long, go too long, go too long. Oh! It's too far.
But no, the ref is calling it for a scrum in the half.
No, he's called it out too far. Ball was already over that line when he caught it. Love to see that again, actually. Sort of holding on to my roots, folks, and a little bit biased here. But I've got to be honest, from our side, it did look like it might have been inside the field of play, but referee, the linesman, is on the spot and called that the ball had already carried across the field of play. And let's have a look here. I'm not too sure, taken out. So unfortunately, Hudson Park will take that one with them, and it could be a talking point for later on in the pubs. But back on Hudson Park's favour. There's just 1.5 minutes to go, and I'm sure if it was me, I'll be looking just to put the ball into Selborne's half or try and retain this ball for the next minute and a half.
This is the perfect time now to play that what they call boring rugby. Just build phases, way down the clock.
And I'm sure they'll make 1 or 2 substitutes. Here we go, little grab a kick. Hudson Park full of running, wanting to move forward again. Tackle ball now. Hudson Park looking to secure it. Selborne need that steal. Just a minute to go as Hudson Park looks Cromer. It's been solid up front. Hasn't really done much wrong.
Oh, rather unlucky. All right. Take it easy, boys. Take it easy, boys.
Sure, Hudson Park will make another substitute now just to eat in some more time.
Yeah.
James Winston is very clever in what he's going to do. Here we go. We got one guy down there. Literally just 30 seconds left on the clock. and really feeling the heat and the pressure.
Ladies and gents, this is one time Selborne will have to do something out of nothing right now. This is when they have to do something miraculous.
Still play on the time. Remember the time, the play still goes with regards to going. And I'm sure Selborne are very frustrated as they've got the linesman on the field now. It's last play. That's the way it is. And if there's an injury, whatever it is, that's great. They still get the opportunity to attack, and we're going to see it from here.
Now, being dominated in the scrums the entire game, what would you tell your players right now?
Have a go again. Put them under pressure with the ball. Try and just disrupt the good, clean ball that Selborne want to get. Don't stop what's been working for us.
Yes.
And you don't want to sort of be on the back foot now. Just wait and defensively. Let's be more positive, and I would like to attack them in that space again.
Spoken like a true legend. Now we're on the red zone, we're on the red time. 60 minutes have elapsed. Now
we're last play today. Now it's the last play.
Last play. And this will be I can feel a huge shot from Hudson Park right now. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, what has been a very, very phenomenal game. Going to end on a high.
You can see the Selborne worried folks here, folks, and another yet again strong scrum. Hudson Park up on defence, long pass outside wide. Oh, here we go. High tackle.
When it matters the most, Jim, you just had to make the tackle.
He might get a yellow card here, just unfortunately a little bit too high on the player. Had he just gone a bit lower, game, set and match. Now what they're going to do, they will go for poles, I'm sure of it. Gave him a red card.
Ladies and gentlemen, we do not want to
What do you do? You go for poles or go out?
Poles. Poles.
Yeah, he's going for poles.
Definitely got. they've got the win. This is a nail-biting moment, ladies and gentlemen. This to win the game.
You can just have a look at Hudson Park. If you go back at the game in the second half, that giveaway try that they gave to Selborne with regards to just giving him in, making it quite difficult now. And now a kick from just inside, sort of about 5 meters from the 10 meter, and about I would say 6 meters inside from the half. And this will be a kick for all money, folks. He misses it, the game's over. He gets it, the game's won.
This will be a life-changing kick. Will Warwick Day be the man to save Selborne? Warwick Day, and he goes right in between the uprights. Ladies and gentlemen, the last kick was the decider of this great encounter, ladies and gentlemen. Warwick Day is the man who took Selborne underground, brought them back to life with that last kick, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, the Selbornians on the park celebrating with their first team players. What a great spectacle, ladies and gentlemen. It had to come down to this. It had to come down to one kick. It had to come down to one mistake. And unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, it was too close, but yet it was far.
Yeah, just unfortunately on one hard tackle and a red card at the end of the game there, gave them the penalty, gave them the opportunity to get back in front. A little mistake by Hudson Park in that pass that gave their Selborne a try. They've done the hard work, they played the hard game, but yet again, you've got to put points on the board when you get them, and well done to Selborne, sticking into the game as much as they could. Felt that they were outplayed for most of the game, but yet again, 17-15 to the victors. They came back, they gave themselves an opportunity to be in the game, and where they got the opportunity and they took it, and nothing wrong with Hudson Park. They'll go back to the drawing board when they meet again in June. I can guarantee now Hudson Park will be ready for them at home, and there we go. We'll look at this final kick. Really took quite quick over it, didn't really think about it, and he slotted it straight through the middle of the poles, and there was a great kick from Day, and you can see there everybody was happy.
Fire in the art,
yeah,
ice in the mind. Not even a celebration after the kick.
No. So folks, that brings a great festival of rugby down to the last game. 17-15 in extra time, 2 minutes extra time to get that kick over. And like I said to you, what a great game of rugby from Selborne and Hudson Park. Something to look forward to for the rest of the year. We like to give a shout out to School Sports Live. Great for bringing you this entertaining game, and something to watch for the year. Catch us next week in Grahamstown. We will be at the Graham Day. Great rugby to watch. Tune in from as early as 9 o'clock in the morning right through till the afternoon. You'll see some schools from Port Elizabeth and in and around that area, and myself, Lyle Hansen, and my mate next to me, Setu. Thanks for joining us today at Selborne College down in East London for a great day of border rugby.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and the school sports have officially started.